myself. And the owl is next to me.
I see.
Good to see you, Lynn.
Good to be back.
Oh, come in.
Should we come see?
They're going to come and say hello to you. Arini ue nuku te whaia and ta'u te manakuia. Hi.
Hi.
Nice to meet you, sister.
Hi.
Oh, it's nice to see you. It looks like a lovely setting there.
I found some forest.
I know, it's nice.
Out of forest.
All right. I love you.
Okay, love you guys.
We'll be outside.
I'm just surrounded here. Isn't this? I know.
You're nice.
Eve, I really do miss Eve. Really, honestly. I really do.
I can tell.
Well, we are having a wonderful time. So Tota Manakuia and Arini just came back from connecting with Keanu Reeves and gave him the message.
Oh, okay.
Gave him a message from us all. So that's very exciting coming forward. What is that? The Stylo 2, what is that?
I was wondering that myself.
I've seen that last time, but I don't know what it is. Better remove it. So the passwords have been figured out. I mean, they should be still the same.
I didn't have problems.
Me either.
And that's why we're here.
Yeah. Well, the other passwords for the members page, I know somebody wanted to revisit the haka.
Samadhi, yeah.
Samadhi.
Yeah.
There it is. Hamati, is that you coming in on this interesting looking screen? I cannot tell. We have, I want to bring forward the Healing Lagoon today. The Healing Lagoon protocol. So.
Oh, I need to get some paper to take notes.
Sure.
I have allergies today, so I'm going to keep myself muted.
Okay. Yes, I was.
Join the club.
I was with Sniffles this week.
Well, maybe it's something they're spraying us with. If you're in Venice.
Yeah, there you go. I was in the snow and in the rain, and I never got one cold. Come to the sun, and I'm sniffling. Interesting. But then again, I went through two very powerful ceremonies just to check into things, and so my immune system may have taken a hit for a second, for a day or two.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm good. It's clearing up now. How is San Andreas? How is San Andreas doing?
All right. Thank you. A lot of allergies also here.
Mm.
You know, spring has sprung. Yeah.
I've been practicing the, it's a little story. I don't know if you want me to wait or just go ahead.
Yeah, just wait for a minute.
If I can make sure I remember my story.
Wait for a second, because all your stories make sense for somebody.
Yeah. Okay.
The connections. But I've got a ton of stories for you. I'm not sure where to begin with those, and how to disseminate them into what you're working with immediately. So just kind of understanding that. The dragons, the Tanifas have been very powerful this past 2 weeks, or this past February and this month. As a Taniwha master, I've been directing 3 of them right now, and they're very busy working on the financials, and there's a powerful connection that's come from the dragon families in Asia who are now meeting in China. So there's a lot of movement that's going to support our work and support those who are standing to serve. Obviously, those who are free themselves up, of course. So there's a lot of trust. There's a lot of trust being understood, and there's a lot of honesty and truth being understood and being downloaded to understand on my side, and a few others that have come forward, and certainly you guys. And so some of that trust and truth is painful, because it's all a matter of atonement. So atonement is being brought in by the dragons, and some are being brought in kicking and screaming, for lack of a better word, because
Or sneezing.
yeah, sneezing and humming and harring, but it's okay. It's okay because this is the nature of this period of the land of Udu right now. So,
well, my stories have to do with financial.
Yes. Okay. Well, let's. It is
log
time
in
enough.
first.
Let us log in. I mean, should we log in together? It's
Sure.
always good to log in together.
Sure.
I will bring the lead in from the kaya. Tihei mori ora.
Tihei moria.
Tihe moyoha.
Te ingoa.
Itengoa.
Te whaea.
Aya.
Te tama.
Tatama.
Matua.
Tamatua.
Wairua tapu.
Tuarua tapu.
Te ingoa.
Itengoa.
Te tama.
Tatama.
Matua.
Tamatua.
Te whaea.
Tufaya.
Te wairua tapu.
Tuarua tapu.
Te ingoa.
Tingoa.
Te matua.
Tamatua.
Te whaea.
Tupaya.
Te tama.
Tatama.
Te wairua tapu.
Tuarua tapu.
Wow, very good. I felt your energy, Danielle Goulet, Kauru Ropoka, Rapoka, Kauru Rapoka. Your energy I think, I want to ask if you can do a protocol how close you can get to the fault line.
Oh, okay.
May I ask that before we go into the story? To do what would be similar to a water blessing protocol. It will require 0 stone or 0 shards, the shards of the 0 stone. If you're able to get some and get it in that and get it in the ground over there, or get it in the crack in the ground, even in the crack in the ground, or if there is water there. If there's water close to the line, the fault line, it's going to be leading in there. So if you could study that at some stage, because this is part of the seal, and where you are, it's part of the seal where the blessings have been introduced by the planet engineers. And so I think that needs to be done.
Does the water need to be flowing? I mean, could you create, if you took, say, like a bucket of water and put it on the ground, I mean, it's water, but does it need to be flowing?
Yeah,
or natural?
when you turn water in a bucket and you go and throw it all over your grass and over your vegetables, you'll notice the vegetables grow very quickly.
No, but in a protocol like that, where
you are moving and blessing the soil there if it is stagnant, but in terms of doing something for the fault line, we need it to run down in there, if there is a river close by. But for just a stagnant, for a static bucket of water, you're just turning water, so you can use it wherever you want. You know, when you turn the water, there is shadow on the land, so you might as well go and do a protocol.
Excuse me, do you have to be precise for of course I would have to contemplate that. Do you have to be precise for exactly pinpointing where the fault line is? Because I don't think I'm that close to a fault line.
Right.
Huh?
Just where you can zoom into it, Toru and you'll make your judgment on how close how it feels. You will understand. I know you can see, and I know you feel vibration. So there may be something that is going to come. There may be a crack or a line that is on its way. You see, and then in that case, thank you. in that case, thank you very much. you may have zeroed it out. So I would say if you're to take a drive around or a ride around or a horseback ride, you have enough. Grab a horse and go for a ride. Grab a slow horse.
Spook the horse.
A slow horse. Yeah. One that walks. But yes, I would ask that to tune in and just let us know if you're not urgent, just a curiosity of mine.
Okay.
I think it will help. I would be happy to listen to and share your story, Lynn.
Oh, okay. My sister lives up in the mountains near me, and I think on the way to her house there is a fault line. I don't know if it's San Andreas, but it's along the freeway. So I was thinking of, on the way through.
That's a good idea.
I don't usually do the driving, so I can, as a passenger, kind of on my way through, and even use water by, letting it fall out of the window of the car as I go by.
Drop some of the mother's water in there. Very good.
Right. I mean, we got to get creative with this sometimes. Right?
There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why, yes.
Mm-hmm.
You understand the water, you understand the kotahara, you understand the pounamu. Now you are able to, you can calculate things. But I know that you'll be safe too, as you're beginning to understand how to put all these pieces together and just run with it on the fly, because it's exactly what that is. Protocol is on the move.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like
Before
I said,
before you know it, you're driving past it in the car, and then I could have done that.
Make an adventure out of it.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. All right, my story. I've been practicing the haka just to learn the words. As you know, I have difficulty even speaking English. And so I've been practicing the words, and then as part of my job, I work for a payphone company, and part of my job is to almost every day call the broken phones. And because we have computers hooked to our phones, and we know when they're broken. So I call them to see if I can get the modem to work. So as I have to let it ring 10 times. And so as I'm listening to the rings, I'm practicing the words to the haka, right?
Nice.
So and I got a list of 20, 30 phones I have to call. So it's like over and over, right? I haven't gotten the movements yet, but I'm getting the words there.
That's fantastic.
And so I noticed, though, last weekend, my younger son came over to have me help him with his taxes. And my older son works for the school system here, Los Angeles Unified School System, and it's a good job, a retirement job with perks, and And he's trying to get my younger son in. So when my younger son was over here during the week, actually it was in the week, and he received a call because there's been a hiring freeze to come in and start the process of hiring, getting hired, you know, going through the TB test, and they work with lead and asbestos, so they have to get, you know. So he's, while we were sitting here, he got the call. So and you know, I'm creating this whole field here, right? And also my older son's been trying to buy a house. So once again, all of this is coming into place. We just closed escrow early on Thursday. And so they're picking up the key today. So all of this financial stuff is happening. And every day, 20 to 30 times I'm reciting, you know, memorizing the haka. And I'm trying to, you know, work with the movement. But successes. And it's just everything all of a sudden is coming into place.
Wow, that's incredible.
Great money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's incredible. I will, you know, say the more that haka and those words you speak, you know, you're learning. What's the level? What's another level beyond Waikara Master? What's the next ladder, like on the same level but next to it? And you're doing that. What you're doing is the more you can haka and the more you get around those words and the breath, the closer you get to being a taniwha master.
Okay.
A taniwha master, one who can, through the breath of the fire, because they understand the breath of fire, they understand the dragon's breath, and that is the language that you're speaking. When you do the haka, you are presenting your authority to stand. That's why the vibration is important. They feel that. They feel they are drawn in by the breath. They were drawn into you, and you may know this already about yourself, but this is a very precise understanding where you can be absolutely guaranteed and sure and guaranteed that you are speaking to the dragons, the taniwha. Now, the more that you do these things, the more they will listen, the more they will come to you, and the more, as soon as you say something, they are emboldened to follow your word.
Right, right. And as I've been speaking the words, I've been pulling in and standing in my power, right? And as you said, not as an angry situation, but in my power. And so as, you know, because when you recite, you're just, you know, it's a mental thing. But when you pull back and you're standing in your power, it makes a difference, I noticed.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And so I look forward to you getting to record your haka, to see it. It's only a matter of doing it. And once you've done it, you will understand when you have to do it the next time, when you actually have to do it. And when you're doing it, when you get good at it and you get the protocols mastered and you get the haka mastered, you may even be ready to learn the seal protocol. And you may be ready to learn. My hopes is that many will be able to offer the seal, or someone will be able to have the ability to offer the seal.
Okay. Yeah. I'm having trouble with the eternal memory.
That's fine. You got it right.
Is that it? Okay.
Yeah, it's the swirling of the universe.
Yeah, I got what the idea of it, but it's like this way or this, which, you know.
You know, it's just up there. You just look up as if you were looking at the spiraling of the galaxy, and you just spiral with the galaxy. You know, you envision the galaxy there, and you spiral with the galaxy. It's known as the rhythm. I call it the rhythm of the nine. but it's a flow. That flow, the rhythm of the 9, because it ends up being because 9 is very attractive. It's very magnetic.
Yeah.
And the 9, when you're working in the rhythm of the 9, everything comes to you. The forces, they have to pay attention, and so do the taniwha. And you'll find the levels, the different levels of taniwha that are out there, are here with us, that you'll be able to speak to. The stronger you get in the haka, the more energy you pull, the bigger taniwhas will come, the bigger ones will come. You'll be able to call the big ones. And they are massive. They can breath, it's called the dragon breath that I learned between your shoulders. What I have is known as the dragon's breath, between my shoulders. That there are dragons that when they fly through the cosmos, they cover many realms and many dimensions all simultaneously, and they're huge. And they are celestial beings, so they are like the planets, celestial. Some are bigger than planets, and so you'll be able to learn how to call those. Well, you will. You're doing it now, anyway. Even in the smallest stages, you have little taniwha, you have bigger, medium-sized taniwha. Yeah, they have X amount of energy, and and so. Any questions of what's any other questions for what you've been watching from the last recording? Any other questions? Or on anything really, because then I'm going to tell a story about.
What was that? Matako?
Oh,
Was that Matako? Right, because I just listened to the last week's Matako in
yeah. Matako.
Altogether.
Yes.
Yeah.
Matako is the oneness of the standing. It's an automatic circle. We don't say circle, we just say matako. It means the feet pointing to each other. The feet will point to each other, and so the understanding is that we are not, we don't say hello or goodbye. We only say matako. So we can be conversive and say arora, naroha, or aloha, and you could say mahalo. But mahalo is also thank you or goodbye. But we don't have that. We don't have that word. We only have matako. And matako means I am, you are, therefore we are. And my feet never turn from me. Matako. So even if there's only yourself, and then there's no others, your feet continue to point to each other even if you don't see each other. Irina to fire. Irina, come and say hello to your sisters. If somebody I would like to introduce to meet Irina, many mothers, many like to say hello.
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 Lynn, what was the name, Lynn? I'm sorry, I have a million names. Yeah. What was the name that you received? You remember?
What?
Was it Waipua?
Yeah.
Okay, Waipua. Yeah, Waipua, and then this is Waipua, and there's Karurapoka.
Nice to meet you.
And this is Irina. Many mothers, many lights. As you. Okay. Very good.
I will be doing last class. I might even have to leave early.
That's fine.
I'm doing for they're doing a radio type thing, radio and internet radio. I'm not explaining this well, but I will be doing an invocation to the devas. But before that, I was going to remind everyone to stand in alignment with the one life and so forth. I'm not going to use any buzzwords because some of these, I don't think all of these people want to keep them in unison. It's a vision quest, actually. It's a vision quest. And so that's part of working with the haka too, standing in that alignment, in the power, and calling in everyone to call in, stand in alignment, start calling in these spirit beings, and then get in the circle and do the vision quest. But that's part of it. It isn't just the devas, although that's what I'm supposed to do. I am going to have everyone stand in alignment with the one life, and then the cosmic mother and father before form, and then you know, in the whole, it's a system, you know. So
wow.
yeah.
No, yes, you must be there for that. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And this will be on well anyway. And
but
you know,
I hate to miss the last class, you know. But I can maybe just leave early.
Yeah, I mean that's fine if you make an appearance, and everybody would hopefully have their haka recorded.
Hopefully, I'll get the.
It's really simple. You don't have to go elaborate on it. Just an iPad, just like Danielle's got the iPad.
Well, it's going to be this camera.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's all.
Right here.
That's all. And I'm excited for that. Now, okay, I spoke about the healing lagoon. I want to bring this to you because I know you need it. I know it's needed for yourself, and because you know sometimes you go to work or to the supermarket or the bus station or taxi or whatever. Sometimes you come home and there's some little Klingons. There may be something clinging on you, or there's a, you know, you can apply this protocol if you're even feeling anything that's not quite aligned with you. You can apply this protocol to a family member or friend once you're ready to master it. So the Healing Lagoon protocol is known as the Waikara. It's spelled WAIWHAIKA. Waikara. And it is a protocol that was applied with the dolphin and the whale energy, with the dolphin and the whale in the lagoon. And also when we were birthing our children, we birthed them with the whale and the dolphin. Okay, so what this understanding is, you can do it in your tub, put a little bit of the kotahara in the water, turn the water in the tub before you get in or before you place anyone in it. Put your 0 stone in there after you scribe the tub, right? You'll scribe the tub. And then get in the tub, or you put whoever needs to be in the tub, the participant, put them in the tub. You know that you're logging in when you turn the water. So when you turn the water, you know whatever your intention is, it's for that person, for that healing. What a specific healing, because you are going to speak to this person or even yourself and understand why you need it. Something's bothering you. You might have an idea of what it is, or even see it. So speak that into the intention as you log in. Intention. Strike the tub and turn the water in the tub. And then when they get in, or if you get in, another intention is given. And this time, just log in, speak the intention, another intention while the person is in there. You're going to take the glass this time, the light bulb. Take the light bulb in the plastic bag. When you're ready to say the final words and to open the mother's vessel, you will do that in the water. To apply it to someone else, yeah, it's kind of tricky when it's by yourself, but you got to work your way around it. I think you can do it. And that is the Waikara. Now, it's really neat. I know that Karu Rapuka, she has a beautiful home and probably has a spa. A nice spa.
Yeah.
If she doesn't right now, she may have this summer. But if you have a place that if you want to create now this is a really good reason to create a spa, not just for entertainment, is to apply this protocol. So you may visit, your friends visit or family visit, and you say, hey, look, I would like you to have the lagoon protocol. And then you can do that for them. Or for yourself, and you can enjoy your, once you break the glass, as you know, take it to the tree and give it to the ground and log in and get your message. Now, Ta'uta Manakuya, I had recently done the ayahuasca ceremony and these other ceremonies, and I thought, okay, I'm feeling a little fatigued. They were very powerful. Want to make sure that I had no Klingons on me. It was just a small shadow. So I had her do that lagoon to me in the tub. And we took the glass at the bottom of the tree, and then we logged in. And then what I saw was stone right down the middle. So I was back to being solid. I was solid. I was good. And what she saw was messages. The message was an audio message that said, welcome back, brothers in arms. We look forward to being with you in the Black Forest. It was about the Black Forest. And then she was also shown an archway, the trees arching over in Switzerland at the Black Forest. So Ta'uta Manakuya is, as many can, will come to the Black Forest who is available. But that's what she saw, and so it can be anything really. But I felt great. Had a great sleep. But not that I don't have a great sleep most of the time, because I'm just sort of tuck it out. But I felt really refreshed after I came out of that. And it only took 20 minutes, half an hour, just the preparation and then running the tub really. But if you have something, now, if you have a spa or you're thinking of doing something like that, you could get some greenstone dolphins and put them around the tub, around the spa, and you can get kotahara and leave it at the bottom of the spa. Oh, you can turn the water and then have the water always coming and flowing over crystals or over the pounamu especially. So there's all manner of configurations you can do to customize your healing lagoon. And that application you can apply to as a service to others. And then also when we're ready, we're going to be birthing with that protocol. Because we're taking it to a really high level. When we charge the water, we've got some other protocols to not just turn the water, but to fully charge the water so it stays at that level constantly. There's a new system available that's brought forward by a friend of ours I want to utilize. So, yeah. Waifakaika, any questions?
So every time you do this, even for yourself, you have to have and break the mother vessels, right? Every time.
Yeah. Break the vessel every time, because that is where you're crystallizing the shadow
Right.
and the spirit.
So the mother vessels is inside the water in your tub?
In a plastic bag. You still have it in the plastic bag, just below the water, just below the water. Just as long as the water touches it, because the water's going to crystallize the spirit
Right.
and the shadow. Yeah. Yeah. Just have it in the bag so you don't spill it.
Before you close the bag, you could maybe even put some of the water that you're using inside the bag with the bulb.
You could, yeah.
And then close, so it comes in.
Yeah, so just sometimes you can just open the lip, like a little, and open the lip, put the water in and let it, and then crack. Or you can still have it open, You know, you can have the top of the bag open, but not fully submerged, just catching the water, and then rate the glass. Now the timing on it, you got to get the comfortability on this. So I would practice this one. It's really good though. You feel great.
You what? I didn't hear you.
Practice.
I'm sorry, Dane. I didn't hear.
Okay, you can.
Dane, excuse me.
We're losing signal on me. Lynn, can you hear me?
No, I hear.
I hear
No,
you
I
fine.
can't hear you.
Okay, it's kind of. Yeah, I would practice. I would try it. You know, I would give it a try and then try it on offer it to someone else as well. But that's the sequence. The same sequence to the water blessings are the same for your body. So you would log in, turn the tub, right, and add the intention to the tub in the water, and strike it with your 0 stone. Then you would put the person in the tub. You know, then you would give the intent, log in, give the intention of what you want to do for this person. Okay, because then you get specific with that intention, and then you begin to say the words. You begin to speak the words of moving the energy from the water to the light bulb, and then when you're ready, and now, bam. Find words that because what this does, it just helps you to find the words that are comfortable for you to say during your intention. It adds a whole nother dimension to your practical abilities. Because it's a tub, you have to get on your knees if you're doing it for somebody. So on your knee, you may want a tub that's just standing up. Standing up. Yes. You're muted.
Sounds like a baptism.
It is, except you're missing one part from that. And that is the removal of shadow to place it.
I thought that in baptism, it's the ritual goes where they, I guess, remove the soul from the child and assign it to a deva to hold. They clean the body and then they put the soul back.
Well,
I could be wrong, but
yeah. Of course. I mean, I'm not an expert at that about baptism or faith or other.
Yeah, I'm not Catholic, but
so I wouldn't sit with that. I would sit with the primary blueprints, and the understanding of that is what we do with this understanding is that in order to remove the soul from the body at a blueprint level.
I'm sure it's not. Yeah.
It's very dangerous.
Yeah.
It's very dangerous.
Yeah. But that is, I was reading in some of the books written about what the whole ritual is about, and that seems what I doubt that they remove the soul, but it is the ritual of doing that. And, and it gets into your subconscious, I suppose.
Yes, it is. Perhaps they're copying the blueprint.
Mm-hmm. I'm not Catholic. I don't know.
Yeah, if it's coming from there or many like it, then there's no doubt that it's been pulled from something else.
Mm-hmm.
And then of course it has its adaptations in a certain period of time or evolution. But I can only say to you that this process, it's fabulous, fantastic. We don't have to pull the soul out of the body. We're just removing the Klingons and the shadows, Yeah. We don't have to pull the weight to it. No, that's kind of a bit of a messy thing. So the breaking of the vessel in the water in the healing lagoon is to crystallize whatever Klingons there are. This is also for possessions as well. If someone is possessed, always good to have a little deeper lagoon, a little bit deeper than a tub. They're going to be thrashing about a bit, so you want to suspend them. And in the water, you can suspend them, and it's safer. safer that way. And then you also want to put some of the mother's water down. They'll drink the water too. That's a fast way to get inside them, you know. You can also make this bentonite clay. You know what bentonite clay is?
Mm-hmm.
You can get that and mix it with perhaps some flavored water and turn the water and freeze it. And then when you need to use it, get it and drop it in their mouth and let them swallow it. So you put the mother's vessel inside, and you also turn the water that is already, hey, it may taste like strawberries too. And you get them into the tub. So these can be applied to the lagoon.
And in essence, that's like holy water too.
It is.
Yeah.
But the mother's water is another level of understanding the mother's energy and mother's light is very powerful. You know this. You guys know this. Kuan Yin and the many, Mary, everybody. They have the essence of the mother. No matter the name, you can be saved by the mother, if you'd like to say that. I certainly stand in my power for the mother, but also in the light of Father. So there's the union. So I would give that little protocol a go as soon as you can. No doubt that wherever you've been going, there may be some small psychic attacks. Some psychic attacks, or you're safe at home. You're contained at home. You've run the protocol at home. Yeah, but you're gonna jump in your car and go to the supermarket. And so that always helps when you're feeling, like something is tracking you, attacking you. Always have your little bottle too, a little spray bottle anyway, little blast. Soon enough to get your toko. That always takes the conversation over. When people talk to you, they say certain things. You can control that conversation with this. They're not saying things that are rude. They're not being rude to you. They're asking questions, which is good. I'd rather have them ask questions than have them making statements. Unfounded ones. So that's the healing lagoon. Any questions?
No.
I would like to speak about an experience that we've had for these past 2 weeks. Share this with you. It's very incredible. It's the reason why I've spent some extra time here in California. So I'll begin when we were talking about the financial world. I'll start there because it applies to the Tanifas and the dragons. I think the week that I came back from doing the land blessing in Oakland, when I arrived here to Tuakana Matua, to Dr. Enrico Melson's home. Connections and calls started coming through from the Red Dragon families out of Asia. And so I get through Unity Grace, your sister, Unity's in Crestone Mountain in Boulder, which is a very powerful place. She said, I think it's time, because she's also an oracle. So I think it's time for you to meet Marco Alfonso. So she connected me directly to Marco. Marco is, out of many signers, he's a level 1 signatory for the funds that have been placed in holding for those who are doing the work of the highest intentions. So that was connected. I was connected there, and then Marco had to confirm my lineage, and he had to confirm my bloodlines because he wanted to connect, to know that if he could connect me to the heir of the Red Dragon family. And the heir of the Red Dragon family is the signer for the funds to send all funding through the different financial systems. And that signer's name, his name is Tamarawa. And Tama is part Māori and Filipino. He's the heir. He's the child of Mako and from the Philippines. Now, so Tama and I get connected directly, and we have a phone call and a video conference together immediately. And so we recognized each other. We confirmed our bloodlines and our status as Waikara Masters, and he is his lineage and his home from New Zealand. So this is confirmed, and so the connection is made. We are tihono, we are linked, we are joined, very, very tightly so. And so the understanding was that the question was, what are my highest intentions? What is the plan? And what is the budget? And so that was brought forward to them with a big smile. They were happy to receive these critical missions that we're going on. They're also in alignment with their prophecy. So this weekend, Tama and many others flew to Hong Kong, are in Hong Kong to complete their missions to begin to understand they are ready to disseminate all funds to those who are working with the highest intentions. Obviously, there are a lot of people and organizations that are wanting to be of the highest intentions, and then there's some that are not. So we are part of that now, and all missions that are being mapped and navigated through the four powers, through the understanding of the first family, through the understandings of the Waikara at the blueprint level of what you are mastering. We will bring these finances to bear down on all the work that you are doing, that many are doing, so we can begin to assemble the teams. There was so much work to do on the 12 creatures. Now, you know, you're waiting for me to bring the 12 creatures out, which we will be doing that with Eve, and I will be doing it at the end of the month or early April. Now, that map will show you where the doors and the apex mountains are, and also show you some of the deeper details and the stories of these locations, these particular locations, where so much has to be cleansed and healed. Of course, I've spoken a lot about the healing centers, and we would hope, and I would like to see a healing center at each one of those locations, each one of the doors and each apex, because then we are able to assist the kidney. We are able to assist the DNA from there, as well as the land, water, and sky. And so the understanding is to create teams to rotate them through all of these locations on each creature. Everybody to be moving in the rhythm of the 9, right? And go to all the locations as you've mastered the Waikara. And then these funds are being disseminated through our understandings to give you, to offer those who are going a wonderful honorariums, wonderful contributions for the work, very, very high level, a very high level of gifting for the very high level of service that this entails, that this requires. And so that is coming very, very quickly now. And so that is a major chunk, major part of us being able to say, okay, who's on the ground? Who's on the ground? Who's ready on the ground? What do they need? So that is now tied into the signal here, okay, to the signal. So now I will speak about the signal. All the protocols that you've learned so far, the speaking of the dragon's breath, the breath of fire, the speaking of the mother, the child, the father, the eternal memory, and then the many forms. When you speak it in the breath of fire, all Taniwha, all dragons are listening. This is a signal that we wish to disseminate, the pure signal of balance and love, peace and love through that signal. Now, what has come forward is as a wonderful structure, a wonderful building with wonderful highest intentions, formerly known as Hollywood Studios. Used to be the Hollywood Studios. All the famous stars recorded there. Now, through Ta'u Te Manakuia and one or two other individuals who will be sealed this coming week, they had now owned that building. And it's right down in the middle of Hollywood. Now, the name and the understanding has come to the building to liberate Hollywood. Liberate Hollywood. That should be a grin on your face, Danielle. How do you liberate Hollywood? Yeah. Well, we liberate Hollywood by starting to send the signal. Some are coming to this already, and curious about it. Some have been trying, but have been attacked. There's psychic attacks and DNA attacks and financial attacks on many who have tried, attempted to. And so this building now will be coated with the coating of the first vibrations of the first family, going to be laid into the foundation. The symbol that we have. The symbol that we have, yes. And that's going to be laid into the floor. That's going to be laid into the floor of the structure. And the floor is going to be created and customized with a particular rose crystal, a particular crystal, kunzite crystal that Dr. Manakuya would say. But you know me, I always say the mother's body. And so that's going to be laid out through the entire floor. And then the four powers or the first vibrations is laid in as the main signal radiating through the mother's vessel. And then, then we're also going to attach a signal to disseminate it from the building tops, and perhaps audio or some sonic vibration. And to send out the login, in overtone form, perhaps. Remember when we were attempting, when we tried a sample of the overtone? You remember we did that in, I think, a couple of sessions back. That's incredible to actually perfect that and get it very precise. To send out the yeah. This whole screen just went. And so to send that signal.
Yes.
Now, Lynn usually doesn't freeze, but you froze there, Lynn. You froze. I've never seen your screen.
You were frozen too.
Yeah, the whole thing just went.
Yeah.
And suspended. It's suspended.
Yeah.
So
there is a lot of old occult
yes.
activity in Hollywood. A lot.
Yes, and so we are to break that down. We are to break down those understandings of the occult in these very tight-knit groups and break them apart and just vibrate them and transmute them through the signal.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I see that my signal is having some difficulty. And so this beautiful structure, this beautiful understanding of the liberate Hollywood, where we can disseminate the signal. It's surrounded by the Church of Scientology, CNN, all the big film studios. It's right smack in the middle of it.
Good place. Yeah.
Another word for Illuminati or the Cabal.
Yes. Karuropuka. Rapuka. Karuropuka. Yeah. They're
It'll-
right down there. They're right down there. And so we already have a many who are here that know exactly where and how and why they are. They don't actually hide. They have their symbols everywhere. You know, it's like, yeah. Look everywhere. You can see their symbols. There's actually next door here. There's a place where they've got the coat of arms for the Templar, would seem the Knights Templar or something similar. And that's a power and electric building. The power and electric building. What's in the basement of that? Of course, power. You know, seeking the ultimate power, seeking the ultimate power. Yeah. So okay, so the Waikara. How does the Waikara Masters fit into this? Well, of course, this is the ones that are on the ground, the water protectors. And so we're going to have a meeting soon, March 22nd here before I leave this area. I believe I will be flying out on March 27th. But the 22nd, we're having a meeting. And we're going to bring those that are on the ground here. Perhaps that day, it may be of interest for you to join us on Zoom, if I can bring up the Zoom on a big screen, and you can just pop in and say hello. Pop in and say hello if you feel like you'd like to.
22nd?
March 22nd, so it'll be an evening, Pacific time. It'll be
Wednesday.
an evening. Yeah, Wednesday evening or afternoon, evening.
It's my son's birthday.
And then come in and pop in and say hello. The individuals that are involved with that building will be there, and many others. As those who are learning the Waikara protocols, as you are, perhaps you can pass along some testimonial and a story to share. They'll be very interested. They need to receive these protocols down in Hollywood. Some of them need to become Waikara and start just coding, putting the signal out. And so those are the two big things that happen. The financial system is to support the work coming into place. The signal is being understood and disseminated through the system here. And when we go to Switzerland, there as well, we have to set up things. As well as every healing center, we eventually will have set up at all the doors on all the creatures to distribute the signal. So that's 1, 2. There's one more thing I would like to share with you. Before, in 2 minutes, it's an 11 o'clock login, so I will log in with you. You're both in California, so I'm going to log in at 11 in a minute with you. But I'll share this just for a minute, that I had a wonderful, beautiful ceremony with the ayahuasca, with the mother's medicine. That was the first time. It was very focused. It wasn't really an open ceremony as per se, you know, a lot of people who don't know each other showing up. There were only a handful of people who are with us in our understandings, and to focus in on what our work is. And so the messages and information that came to that and the confirmations were pertaining to that, and not necessarily a psychedelic journey. And so I did purge, my DNA purged to receive the deeper details. And I don't have a problem with purging, so good. I was looking forward to that, and it happened. The message that came through was brought through by the ceremonial host, who had been given a message from Archangel Michael. And the understanding that this evening, that particular ceremony was a coronation. It was an evening of coronation, and those who were there were receiving their coronations. It was wonderful. As we are Waikara, as we serve at this level, we were being, celebrated, and we were being thanked, and we were being confirmed in our superpowers. Our superpowers were being understood, and it was wonderful for everybody. For my coronation, the understanding was partly that I already knew, but it was spoken and announced by the ceremonial host, and announced quite proudly in his voice that he spoke. Archangel Michael has spoken and what he has said. This is what he said: that a forest speaker, please come to the altar. So I came to the altar at the center. Everybody was focused into that. The word spoken by Michael was that you have received the gifts, the very powerful gifts. Please use them wisely, and please take care of everyone. And then also that I hold the final key for the seal, and that I am to use it wisely and take care of it. Now, that came through the host. So everyone had gotten their message. That one just had come through and was voiced, pronounced. It was a wonderful receiving, and I was grateful. I am grateful. Partly that I knew this already. Part of it was for some to hear, especially for that one to speak it. It was also for him to hear as he spoke it. So, so that was my journey for the ayahuasca. It lasted 7 hours, 6-7 hours, which is not bad. I would suppose it's longer in the jungle. But again, we focused it to what our needs were and not off into the gray areas, the psychedelic areas. And so those are the three things. There was a lot more. I post incrementally as I can now. But I'm trying to overload everyone. And those are three very important pieces that came up in this time that I've shared here in California. Why things were getting extended. Just said yesterday, okay, another week. Have to stay another week. Now,
pretty much your whole master's class here is from California.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
Pretty much. What have we got? We're at number 4 right now,
Mm-hmm.
and then we'll be 5 and 6 2 more weeks. Well, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm grateful for the scenery, the change of scenery. It's a beautiful scenery. Does any of this resonate with you?
Yes.
You've had your experiences with the medicine, the mother's medicine. Would it be appropriate to share even a small part of that?
You mean just working the protocols?
That too, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Or the ayahuasca ceremony, if you've attended.
The
Yeah,
Hollywood.
but doing ayahuasca, I'm also like the experience of ayahuasca was just strictly for what do you call, like the LSD part, you know what I mean? I don't know how to put it in words. That's the only way I know it. You know what I mean? Not the way you did it. So
yeah.
It's different.
Yeah. Although, how long ago was that Karurapoka?
I don't know. Many, many hundred people. Very young.
You were very young. Would you say that's something that you would focus in on the Waikara protocols and the signals? That's something that you would do now?
If I did now, which I won't. If I did, yes. I can't take anything now anyway, so yeah.
Yeah, that was the understanding, that we shrink it down, condense it down into the framework, and it was, it was guided and delivered appropriately. We had so those were the three big things I felt that I wanted to share with you. And have there been any other experiences with the protocols recently?
No, just moving along every day, and nothing stands out. Anything else stands out other than what I have shared, you know.
Yeah.
But that's it.
Go ahead, Karulapuga.
Well, I don't know if it's pertaining to doing the protocol. I mean, you know, like log in every day, more than once a day. Very often for me now, I don't think it's a coincidence. I feel like in many worlds at once, the worlds juxtapose themselves, and it's okay now because I'm at home or in my land. But I know I get freaked out when I go, well, there are a lot of things going on, you know, like with many people or cars, and then I get, it's difficult to be, I don't know if it's because I'm doing the login so often, I don't know. And in the corner of my eyes, with my waking self, I see things while before I used to see only if I close my eyes. I can't explain it. I think it's because of the login.
Your lens, you now have the lens. Like, that was one of the understandings that I got too, because I was standing there with my eyeballs wide open, and I had the lens of the hive mind. It's a multidimensional lens. But what you're saying is like, and I know you see a lot, and so now you're seeing it just regularly walking around and with your eyes open, which is fantastic. Yes, I would say it is due to the fact that you are logging in and continue to bring in the energies of the Taniwha. You were at one stage, and you are a Taniwha. You were that. You had different legs. You've had many legs, many wings, many breaths, many places, many times. And so that is being awoken in you, part of your superpowers. For some, there are 6 ways to communicate. And some, you know, have some are more stronger than 1 or 2 may be stronger. You know, very rarely all 6 are. That's a very powerful, obviously, superpower. Have all 6 that are very, very 100%. But your lens is now starting to be very accurate and very sensitive, and that's great. You know, and I would say it is due to the signal that you're putting out, the login, speaking to the primaries. Because when you speak to the primaries, you're moving elements. You know, the primaries activate elements. Without the primaries, no element. You see, I mean, even if you had one of the primaries, you'd have element. But all 3, and you're speaking to all 3 primaries, you're active access and activating all elements. And so the light spectrum, and so the vibration, perhaps one of you will be able to physically move things simply by speaking into it as you get more powerful. Perhaps, but, and you know, sure, there are some out there that do. However, the focus on this is not in one's self superpower, but also as it's natural for you. The delivery of the protocols is to assist the child that enters. We know this. But that's good to hear. Because, you know, when you got all those people around, I mean, we can't wait to get home and, you know, get into our cave, you know, into our shelters. We go out and we connect to those who are connecting with us rather than just willy-nilly, you know, or other than sometimes there is a message to go into the population. But that's where we are doing. What we're doing is you're putting the signal out there. And you must be getting pretty good at that login, man. You guys are sounding great, smooth. The long breath is an indication of your what kind of and how much power you have as a Taniwha. That haka will culminate all of it into you becoming a Taniwha Master. Dragon Lords. Wow. It's 111. Let me log in because it's just 111. We're logging with Taho, Manakuia, and Irina. They're here with us, so let's just log in together. Irina would like to join us over here on the screen. And see if I can. See if you can. You still hear me?
Yes.
Okay, we can hear you too.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm taking up all the seats. Sorry. This is a wonderful day for the Masters, Waikara Masters. We've disseminated the story and the understanding of the Waifaka Ika, the healing lagoon, shared the powerful stories of what is calibrating and what is being navigated over these past couple of weeks since the navigator has entered here. We are with the energy of Maui, the angel's door. So we'll log in with you at this moment and take this liberty. Tia hei Maori ora. Te te ingoa. Te whaia. Te tama. Te matua. Te wairua tapu.
Tapu.
Te te ingoa. Te tama.
Te tama.
Te matua.
Te matua.
Te whaia.
Te
Te wairua tapu.
wairua tapu.
Te te ingoa.
I te ingoa.
Te matua.
Te matua.
Te whaia.
Te paia.
Te tama.
Te tama.
Te wairua tapu.
Te wairua tapu.
Ori ora.
Mori ora.
Wow, that was beautiful. As always, you can hear and you can feel the energy of the Taniwha in the long breath. Yeah. What did you see, Danielle? Karurapaka?
I didn't see anything except breath.
I saw a fire.
The
I
energy
saw fire.
Lots of breath.
Yeah.
And Waipua, you saw some fire?
Fire. Orange.
Ooh. Mm. The warmth of Ka, the heat of Ka, the mother's heat, the warmth, not the fire, but the warmth, the heat. Ka. Mm. I felt like flowing of mist, when you like misty water, like flowing out of a nozzle, like jets of water. At the rice, jets of water.
Yeah.
A long breath.
air, fire, and water.
I was in stillness,
Mm.
floating above,
You were in stillness.
floating above.
How Te Manakuia was in stillness. By the way, karu rapuka Te Manakuia. One of the
Nice meeting you.
Yes, it was too
one of the Pointer Sisters. She's one of interesting when we were discovering through the seal Karurapuka, when we were talking about, we were understanding the alpha and the beta of Centauri with yourself and your sister, because you were healed, and so it was like the alpha and the beta are the pointer stars for the crew constellation of the Southern Cross, right? So it's like the A and the B, the Pointer Sisters.
That was a good one.
Sisters, the stars in there, the Pointer Sisters, yeah. The ancient Alpha and Beta. Yeah, so Tau Te Manakuia said you were levitating? Did you say?
Yeah, I'm seeing down, like coming down to earth, but stillness.
She was up high.
Yeah. But you were
Irina.
I was more here in the earth, but still in stillness.
Zero. Yes, Waipua, you've got a question?
Pardon me?
You have a question?
No.
Oh, okay. So let's recap. We've got 15 minutes to recap. The first session of the Waikara Masters. You had your first missions and you reported the sharing from this. You began mastering the login. You began finding the intentions to speak the words, the letter and the word and the intention. So those two things, very important. You acquired your tools, the kotahara, the pounamu, the ability to turn the water, became fluent. What once was alien to you is now very, very close and very important, very a part of you. Yes?
Mhm.
The wonderful gift and the message to come to say that this belongs to you. So to recap that yes, this is now part of you. And now the also comes in the recapping and the understanding of this that you are able to improvise. That you have these understandings to improvise at whatever location, to any situation, to how to apply the protocol, which one to apply. You have received the protocol to cleanse land, water, sky, self, and home. You have received the protocol of the apex tetrahedron transmutation protocol. You have received the apex pyramid transmutation protocol. Today, you have received the Waikaka Ika, the healing lagoon protocol. Well, you've taken in a lot. So your homework.
I'm sure it's just.
So I would say now that you have the homework is to go ahead and put somebody in the tub and nominate somebody to remove the Klingons and whatever they got. Offer that to them. And if you are game enough to do it for yourself, then okay. But I would try someone else first, just so you can get in the flow of the operation of it, into the flow of the delivery. All right, you're going to be on your knees, so have a pillow or cushion. Have the card, the card with the login. But if you're fluent with it now, you need the card, and then your intention. Yes. Yes. something you're thinking?
Yeah,
Go
but
ahead.
not for now.
It's not?
Oh.
You don't want to share?
Oh, it was just about PETA.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
came to me. Sorry, it's not for now.
Yes, and so Ta'uta Manakuya is a friend that you would offer the healing we're going to speaking about. And so perhaps a homeless guy, offer them a meal in the lagoon and send them on their way, maybe. Yeah? Maybe there's some homeless guy that's been in your neighborhood you've seen for a while. I don't know. But I would say get it and give it a go. Give it a try. I think that's the homework. There are still a couple more protocols to give to you and to wrap up with the haka. 2 more weeks following this weekend. Any questions?
I have a question concerning eventually doing a protocol for the fault lines, the fault line. Can you also use the tetrahedron, you know, that protocol of the apex? Can you also use this? Or,
yes.
or the other one, or both?
Yes. You can use the apex. I would recommend the tetrahedron because you are in location of the seal. Where you're located, that's one of the reasons why it asked you to go to the fault line or be as close to or connect into it. Yes, because that's part of the seal, the location that you're in. Yes, apply the apex tetrahedron protocol, put the intention at the center of that protocol. Place it with the kotahara. Do you have kotahara? You guys need any stuff?
Oh, yes. Pardon?
Huh?
I didn't hear.
Do you need some kotahara?
Oh, no, thanks. I have some then. I have plenty.
Waipua, do you have some?
I have plenty.
We're getting some more brought in, so we'll be able to just, send you some. So lay the kotahara on a wooden sheet or on a chopping board. Take it with you, karurapuka. Lay it and place this and scribe this, right? Scribe the thing, the signal. Scribe it in and drop the intention in the middle of it. Add your 0 stones if you have more 0 stones, but or you already have the kotahara. So, and then also apply that protocol with the water. Now, if you are close to the crack in the ground, if you happen to be standing on a crack in the ground or on future crack in the ground, it may be an understanding in your intentions that it's to offer ease and grace to the seismic shift, that a crack in the ground is needed elsewhere to relieve pressure. Now we know that's what goes on.
Move along.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep on moving.
So yeah, I think that's a reason to be there to do that protocol.
Is there any reason why you're asking her to do that, or is it just since she's there and it's?
Yeah, there is it is to do with the seal. There's the seal on the face of the tetrahedron of the planet. You're in the ring of fire area, but there's so many concerns coming up about the San Andreas fault, and Cryon and many speak about it dropping off, and I don't see that. I don't see it dropping off. I see it remaining right where it is, and actually, I actually see more land coming up out of the Pacific. I see the return. Yeah, I see the return of the continents between continents. That's what I see. The water may shift out, and we're going to get more land. And I think the return of Kimuria is the land of return, the land of the return and enter. That's what I see. So, you know, when the planet engineers come in, and you saw them in February, right? Did you see that comet?
Mm-hmm. Well, through the
You did, didn't you?
computer.
Yeah. Well,
No, I've seen one.
the who was it? There was one of your sisters got the message that she was visited by the captain of that ship, and it's a woman. A very powerful Manakuya is the captain of that ship. Very powerful warrior Manakuya. She came to visit. She came when they logged in. When I suggested log in when you see the planet engineers come in. So the green comet was coming through, and I can't remember who was logged in now. I got the message that from the general, the commander of the ship, who was the Manakuya, that they were sending a blessing into the seal on their way through. They were on their way through to another system, and that they were sending a blessing. Now, they're sending blessings in, meaning that they're sending cosmic energy and solar energy into the seal. That's the only place where it enters on the planet. That they're doing that means that they're calibrating like shift for ease and grace. Ease and grace has always been the words that they spoke to me of those years that they came by for a visit. It will be ease and grace. There won't be a dropping off or there will be a shift in the vibration. Perhaps if it is, it's way far out from where we are, and in terms of the forward memory, not certainly while we're here. So I feel good about that, and I think that's part of what speaking about with Kaurapuka, to go and place the signal in there, right up in there. What do you think, Kaurapuka? Manakuya, are you up to that?
Yeah, I will eventually do that. Yes, I'm not so sure when, but I will definitely. Yeah, yes. And find it.
A light code will come. Merci beaucoup.
De rien. À bientôt.
Okay. Well, I'm good. I feel great. I think today was great. You got the Healing Lagoon. Little recap. We got 2 more to go next week. Let's get a hint of that haka next week. Yes. There you go. Uh-oh. And Jackie and everyone's going to be watching this again. Oh, no. Hello, Jackie. Hello. Hello. When you see this replay, say hi. Haka is coming, yes? All right, I love you both. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you. Namaste.
Yeah,
And thank you for your presence, ladies. Beautiful.
Yeah, so nice to meet you.
Bookends.
Yes.
You're beautiful.
Yeah, wow.
Moriora.
Atako.
Moria.
Matako. Matako.